What up, y'all? It's DXG OG Smoke coming to you live with the brand new Inaro quest. So for this quest, you have to face 3 different types of enemies with a random choice. So the first type is either Grenier, second type is either going to be Corpus or Infested, and third type is going to be either Grenier, Corpus, or Infested. So here's a perfect build. First off, you're going to want Steel Charge, Cunning Drift, Flow, Redirection, Vitality, Vigor, Continuity, Constitution, Power, Drift, and Streamline. This would be for a Saren. I believe Saren would be your best choice on this to kill multiple enemies within the first tier, because the first tier is 60, second tier 20, third tier is going to be 6. Now, around the second tier, I had to take out Constitution and put in Transient Fortitude for more strength versus duration. So, with this being said, I would like for you guys to enjoy this long video. Okay, so how you start the mission is you're going to go to the Void Trader. In one of the relays, you're going to spend about 200 ducats on the mission quest. You're going to go ahead and go click on your navigation, click on the mission itself, make sure you put it as active. Once you put it as active, it'll pop up in your inbox, and then you will click on it in your inbox, and once you do that, you will hear from the Void Trader himself about what needs to be done to start the quest.
I have a rare opportunity for you. It seems there may be a tomb hidden on that forsaken rock you call Phobos. Tombs mean treasure, and yet sadly, my usual relic hunters are superstitious idiots who refuse to disturb this so-called sacred place. You, Tenno, however, are more pragmatic, especially when it comes to ducats, am I right?
Okay, so once you go to Phobos, you're going to go to Opic. That is the node you're going to be on. You will have to run down a very long trail with a few enemies. The first one, not many. As you can see here, I took a wrong turn. Now I'm going to be coming in and out intermediately with new tips and tricks on how to beat this quest line. It is very long, and it's not as much difficult as just in long. Because again, the first tier you have to beat is 60 enemies, the second tier you have to beat is 20 enemies, the third tier you have to beat is 6 enemies.
Ignore these glyphs. Nothing but nonsense about their so-called God King. Inaros, is it? How quaint. The only thing heaven sent from Inaros would be the price his relics fetch at auction.
Hush, my little Dune. You don't. Hush, my little Dune. You don't need to be scared. There. That's right. Shake out the sand. But remember, not all of it. And I'll tell you the story.
Tenno, what is this? How are you doing that?
Long ago, the lands of our colony were cursed. They were soaked in fear. The Golden Skymen would come and take our children away. Young and old alike cowered before them, afraid to lose their most beloved.
That voice! Tenno, stop this!
But then he came, the Fear Eater, the Sky Killer. He was called Inaros.
I could have never foreseen this. That vessel, it contains primitive etchings that seem to be a sort of blueprint. Was a Warframe entombed there?
Yes, he was. How you doing, guys? This is DXG OG Smoke again, coming to you live with the Inaro quest. Anyways, okay, so with this, you get the first blueprint. That is going to be Inaro's blueprint.
It's exquisite. There's an inscription. Prove you are him. Destroy the ones who oppress. Destroy who? Does this smudged glyph represent some enemy? You'll have to carry that vessel into battle and prove yourself if we are to unlock these secrets.
Now, as you can see, I was lucky enough to get the Grenier, so that means I have to go ahead and fight 60 Seekers. Now, I have heard that the Infested is a lot easier to get through on all 3
Take
tiers.
the vessel to the door. What happens?
Little one, after this you must sleep.
Not again.
Inaros began not as our king. Inaros began not as our king, but as our enemy, a warrior of the Golden Skymen. But for each child the Skymen took away, Inaros grew even more angry, until one fateful night. Another child had been taken, and the villagers had gathered in a mourning circle weeping, until they heard a small voice. By the dunes, it was the child returned. As he approached, the people gasped in horror, as they saw that he was drenched in blood. His father rushed to the boy and embraced him, and saw that he had no wounds. "Whose blood is this?" he asked. The boy looked to the sky and said, "This is the blood of the Skymen. This is the work of Inaros." By the sand and the stars, the Skymen raged. They set upon Inaros with their armies, but none could prevail. For he commanded the sand, he commanded death. Inaros ate their fear and became stronger.
None of this could be true, could it?
And so they left us and took with them our fear. On that day, Inaros became our king, and in a great whirlwind of sand, ascended to watch over us from his throne in the sky.
What? None of this could be true, could it?
And so they left us and took with them our fear. On that day, Inaros became our king, and in a great whirlwind of sand, ascended to watch over us from his throne in the sky.
What if? It can't be.
Okay, you guys, so I would suggest you equip a Helios, because this is the first appearance of Kavats you are going to see within the game. It came with a brand new update with the Inaro quest. So my suggestion would be to go ahead and equip a Helios or Codex Standards, whichever one you prefer. And before you attack the enemies of the Kavats, I would get as many scans as possible, so you will have all the information and data you need for when the imprints for the Kavats come out. They're very fast, they're strong as well. I'm very excited to see what a Kavat's pet actually looks like, and I'm very excited to own one. This is going towards the second jar after beating the first 60 enemies.
That voice.
So with
Return to
this,
your
I get
ship.
20
I
enemies
must collect
of
myself.
the High-Voss Master. 20 enemies of High-Voss Master. Right now, I'm going back for the third tier. You have to visit Phobos a total of 4 times. First to start the mission. Second one's to unlock the first door. Third one's to unlock the second door. Fourth one is to, of course, complete the mission. It was around this time when I changed.
By the void, the Grineer have picked up our scent. They'll take me. It's
No, they won't.
inaros. You have
Yes,
to
it
stop
is.
these animals at once.
I will. It was around this time when the game got a little bit more difficult with the mission.
For years we lived in peace, and our little dunes were our own to keep. But the sands of peace are ever shifting. Years later, a plague came to the desert. The infested. Desperate, our people called out to the sky, Inaros! Inaros! But they could not wake him. And so, they were consumed by the ravenous horde. With all lost, the few remaining villagers gathered in the mourning circle to prepare for the end. When suddenly, a storm rose about them. A colossal, spiral storm of sand, piercing the sky. The villagers huddled, trapped within the storm's eye, as the beasts charged them. In moments, the beasts were torn apart, and the infested plague was swept away, never to be seen again. As the storm subsided into the desert, hoping to catch a glimpse of their savior, their beloved Inaros.
Get ready.
They found his glorious metal body, broken and still, lying in the sand. Did they mourn? No. They knew his spirit had returned to the sky to watch over them once again. They gathered his body to keep it safe from thieves and raiders. They placed the pieces within the sacred vessels and entombed them in secret, knowing that one day Inaros would reclaim his body and rise again.
Where I switched out from continuity to transient fortitude because you have to face golems and a lot other harder enemies in the game.
No. They knew his spirit had returned to the sky to watch over them once again. They gathered his body to keep it safe from thieves and raiders. They placed the pieces within the sacred vessels and entombed them in secret, knowing that one day Inaros would reclaim his body and rise again. So now, my sweet Dune, you have no need of fear. Take these grains and keep them under your pillow. Inaros will watch over you.
Tenno down. Help them.
Find extraction. We're done here.
Now this mission took me about a day and a half to complete in total. Maybe about, I want to say 10 hours full. But it was greatly worth it. There's a lot of new mods that come out and you get them by playing the quest. There's a lot of new codex scans you get just by playing the quest. And of course you get a new Warframe, Inaros, by playing the quest. Thank you for joining me in the first half of the Inaro questline. I will be posting another video with the second half of it and the end of the Inaros questline. At the end of that will be all the battles I had to do and some music. And of course, me live on video playing the game. So, I hope you guys subscribe, I hope you guys like it, and if you have any questions, don't forget to comment. OG Smoke, out.
The story isn't just a myth, is it?